In this section we'll be dealing with sets and sequences. What is a set? A set is a group of numbers where the order of the numbers does not matter. For example, the set 1, 2, 3 is no different from the set 3, 2, 1. On the other hand, what is a sequence? A sequence is a group of numbers where the order of the numbers does matter. For example, the sequence 1, 2, 3 is different from the sequence 3, 2, 1. Let's take a look at this question. If set A consists of the elements 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and set B consists of the elements 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, what is the intersection of the two sets? Set A is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, set B is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They happen to have the numbers 4, 5, 6 in common. Both set A and set B have 4, 5, 6 in common. The intersection of two sets is all the elements that the two sets have in common. So the intersection of sets A and B would be the elements 4, 5, and 6. What is an arithmetic sequence? A sequence of numbers where the difference between two adjoining numbers is some constant. Or you can think of it as a sequence of numbers where the numbers increase by the same amount each time. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, in that case they all increase by 1, or 36, 43, 50, 57, 64, 71, and so on, where the numbers increase by 7. It doesn't matter what they increase by as long as they increase by a constant. What is the formula for finding how many integers there are from x to y? It's y minus x plus 1. So for example, how many integers are there from 8 to 19? If you want to find how many numbers there are from 8 to 19, you can figure this out by subtracting 8 from 19 and then adding 1, in other words using the formula. So we would get 19 minus 8, which is equal to 11, and then adding 1 to that, and 11 plus 1 is 12. So there are 12 numbers, or 12 integers, from 8 to 19. Another way of thinking about it is thinking in terms of a number line, or laying the numbers out in a row from least to greatest, starting with 1. Suppose you had the numbers 1 to 19. There are clearly 19 numbers there because you're starting with 1 and ending with 19. But we don't want all the numbers from 1 to 19. We only want the numbers from 8 to 19. So what we did was we started with 19 numbers and then got rid of the first 7, which means there are 12 numbers left. That's another way of thinking about how to find numbers or find integers from 8 to 19. Let's take a look at this question that uses the same concept. So how many multiples of 7 are there from 28 to 154 inclusive? Well, we start with 28, the next one is 35, then 42, and so on until you get to 154. You could count them out like this, but it would take a while. A shortcut to this is to see that 28 is actually the fourth multiple of 7, so it's 4 times 7. 35 is the fifth multiple of 7, so it's 5 times 7. 42 is the sixth multiple of 7, and if you check 154, you get 154 is the 22nd multiple of 7. So we're no longer counting 28, 35, 42. All we're really counting is 4, 5, 6, all the way until 22. It turns out that we can see that we can use the formula from before to find how many numbers there are, or integers there are, from 4 to 22 by saying 22 minus 4 plus 1, which gives us 19. What is the formula for finding how many integers there are between x and y? The formula here is y minus x minus 1. Instead of the plus 1, we subtract 1. So how many integers are there between the integers 12 and 27? Well, you could write them out, and basically what they're asking for is all the numbers in red. So this is the same as finding out how many integers there are from 12 to 27 and then subtracting 2 from that. Remember, the formula for finding how many numbers there are or integers there are from 12 to 20, from a certain number to another number, is the difference plus 1. So here we do 27 minus 12 plus 1, and then we subtract 2 because we're not going to be counting 12 and 27. We're only counting the numbers in the middle. This comes out to 27 minus 12 minus 1, which is where we get that formula from, or 14. So you could just remember the formula. When you're counting the integers between two integers, you have to find the difference and then subtract 1. Let's take a look at this question. So in an increasing sequence of 7 consecutive numbers, the middle number is 12. What is the first number in the sequence? When you have questions like this, it's good to list out all the numbers in the sequence, starting with the first one, and give that first one a variable of x. Then you can write all the other ones in terms of that variable. So if the first one is x, the second one should be x plus 1 because it's in 7 consecutive numbers. The next one is x plus 2. The fourth one is x plus 3. The fifth one is x plus 4. The sixth one is x plus 5. And the seventh one is x plus 6. By convention, if the test just says consecutive numbers, they mean consecutive by 1. So that means that the numbers are increasing by 1. So we know the middle number is 12. In other words, x plus 3 equals 12. When you solve for x, you get that x equals 9, so the first number is equal to 9, because the first number is by definition x. Let's take a look at this question. If 5 consecutive numbers add up to 70, what is the fourth number in the sequence? Once again, when you have a set of consecutive numbers, start with the first one, label it x, the next one is going to be x plus 1, then x plus 2, then the fourth one is x plus 3, and the fifth one is x plus 4. We know that they add up to 70, which means we can combine them and get 5x plus 10 because x, all those x's add up to 5x, all the numbers add up to 10. We get 5x plus 10 equals 70, so we get 5x equals 60, or x equals 12. This means that the first number is 12, and the fourth number, which is x plus 3, is 12 plus 3, or 15.